Welcome to the Catbird Quilts. I'm Kathy Martin, and today's video is a holiday edition thrift haul. And I'll have to tell you, I had some surprises and I have a lot to say about it. True story, I actually hate holiday shopping. And you might think everybody hates holiday shopping. The parking, the crowds. I don't like online shopping either. I don't know what it is. I love thinking of gifts for people and I love considering my people, but I really don't enjoy just shopping in a store. But thrift stores are kind of an exception for me. I like going to the thrift store anytime, all the time, every time. No matter whether I have a rewarding thrift store experience or an empty-handed thrift store experience, I just like going to the thrift store. And sometimes when you go during the holidays, you find holiday-themed shirts and pajama bottoms, and sometimes you find interesting things. So I have a couple of stacks of shirts. This was actually two separate thrift store shops. One around Thanksgiving in November and one pretty close to Christmas. But I'm going to start with these shirts closest to me, just because, I don't know, they're interesting and fun, and we'll end up with the other stuff. So this first shirt is a navy shirt that it's a little bit textured. And at first I thought it was linen. And I thought, what is a linen shirt doing in the thrift store in November? But upon inspection, it was just plain cotton. But I'm in the process of a very long project, like going to take me maybe a year or more to make, and the background is navy. And so I thought, well, it won't hurt to have just more navy. It's probably not going to work, but I do actually really like it. The texture it is so soft. It is so soft. And it has this kind of brushed, heathered with black. So it's got it is textured because it's soft, but it also looks like it has texture because of the heathered. So I thought that was cool. So got that. And then I found this Old Navy shirt. Now, it has so much stitching on it. It is kind of ridiculous. White buttons, white stitching, but it's linen. And it kind of has that like train conductor feel. I visualized once you take all of the white away, all of the buttons away, that's actually just a really pretty rose color. And so I just had this, I'm kind of collecting linen right now. So it's really just kind of a nice medium value rose, light, I don't know, strawberry. And so I got it. So that was that. And I was like, what is a short sleeve linen shirt doing in the thrift store in November? But people are cleaning out their closets all the time and find stuff and go, I don't need that. And it ends up in my quilts. The next one, this one made me laugh. I have to tell you, look at this shirt. That is so green. It is, it is so chartreuse, I think is the color. It is so bright and it is so green and it is linen. This is a linen shirt. And so can I imagine putting this color in a quilt? No, I cannot. Do I have a thing for linen? Yes, I do. And so I bought it. And what made me buy this shirt, honest to goodness, I had that purple shirt that has become the legend of the purple shirt. And I was like, I will never use this shirt. And I have used it now in two separate quilts, I think. Maybe just one, but I always have a plan for the purple now. And I thought, you know what? I am never going to see this color linen ever again. I need to get it. So I got it. So that's that one. And again, linen in the thrift store in November or December. A couple of these I have actually already broken down because I could not wait for it. This first one is a gray, just a really good gray. And it's Oxford cloth. I said that really funny. Oxford cloth. Like what? So it's a heathered Oxford cloth, and I'm really starting to have an appreciation for Oxfords. Not the pinpoint, well, I like those too, but just the really rugged, solid men's shirt. They have a texture that's a lot like linen, and now they ravel, they fray like crazy, but they have that thing that it's a solid, but when you look at it up close, it's not solid. And I'm always on the prowl for gray. That sentence, who would ever be on the prowl for gray? But I'm on the prowl for gray because gray is such a good background color to have. It works beautifully in quilt backings. So if you don't want to have a white, or if you don't want to do the really involved patterned, gray is good because it will work in most people's decor. It's neutral. It's not offensive in any way. So anyway, I bought this shirt. It was, this one was on sale, and I'm glad because it was a short sleeve, and I try not to get those unless I just really like them. So that was that. And then there's this one that I just referenced that I went on and broke down. I talked about the quilt blocks that I'm making that have the navy background. I'm going for scrappy triangles and squares in it that have a little nod to color or a fun print like a paisley. And I have in my head that one of the blocks should have blue with a little bit of red. And I saw this shirt, and of course I am a sucker for polka dots. So this is a blue and white stripe with red polka dots. And I think I'm going to use this a lot, actually, but I think it'll be really pretty in that navy block. So that's that. Already broken down. Makes me happy. And then this was the second shopping, and that one may have been it too. But so I got this again with the gray. It's a thing for me. You know, there are some things for me. There's linen, gingham is a thing for me, polka dots is a thing for me, and gray. This one is it's actually a really pretty symmetrical print. It has these little diamonds with a dot in them, and it's just that kind of gunmetal gray. It's got a little bit of blue in it, and again, I had in my mind that this could be a good background fabric, or it could be a good backing fabric. It would also make an excellent binding. So if I get to a place where I'm binding something and I don't want to commit to a really strong color, gray is a great place to go with it. So that's that one. This one was, I think it was one of those on sale too. And I know some of you are like, how much did you pay for your shirts? And I forget and pull the tags off of them. I need to start doing better about that. But anyway, so I have no prices on any of these because Christmas was a blur. But anyway, really cool gray shirt. All right, this one, I want to hide these other ones because I don't want you to see them yet. So funny. It's like a reveal. So this is a men's shirt. And there's a story behind this shirt. I mentioned that I go to several different thrift stores all around town. And one time I went with my eldest, and we had so many shirts that I felt like it was excessive. I don't normally have the like, ooh, this might be too many. But that was one of those times. And this shirt, this exact fabric, was one of the shirts I put back. And I had a moment in that previous shopping day where I'm like, I don't think I'll see this again. And it's such an interesting print because it's a men's navy shirt, but it's got little sprigs of, it's little bouquets of pink flowers, which again, living in the South, men are unafraid, but they will wear pink, they will wear lavender, they will wear chartreuse green linen. But this one is, I mean, this could be a Cotton and Joy print that she just came up with this year. To me, it just looks like quilting fabric. But in that previous shopping experience, it was short sleeve, it was a medium, and it was not on sale. I mean, they're all on sale, but it wasn't marked down. They're all for sale. They may not be on sale. And I just was like, I didn't have a plan for it in the moment, and I put it back. And, you know, one of my sayings is like, if you don't get it, it's not going to be there when you go back. And that is almost always true at the thrift store, because if you like it, somebody else will too. And somebody else might actually buy it. So anyway, this has become a long story, of course. But I saw this shirt and it felt like the universe had given me a second chance. We play Yahtzee with our youngest daughter. It's one of our fun things that we like to do. And I always say that if you roll a full house, the universe gives it to you. You have to take it. Like, don't try to make it a four of a kind. Don't try to make it a yacht. If the universe gives you a full house, take it. So if the universe gives you a second shot at a thrift store shirt, take it. So that was the shirt. So, and this one is a long sleeve and it is a double XL. So I felt like it was the kindness of the Lord or the universe or whatever your belief system or lack thereof is, it was a second chance. And so I took it. So this one really makes me laugh. Talking about spark and joy. This one does it. All right. So holiday fabrics at the thrift store in shirts. And I actually looked at pajamas and found a bunch. And I looked at table linens, and I have so many other linen things that were similar, and nothing really spoke to me. So I let most of those go. But these last 4 shirts to me were worth crossing the threshold. So this first one is, you can tell I've already broken it down as well. It is it is like peppermint candy in a shirt. And the Polo logo is Christmas green. And I saw it and instantly realized this is binding for my Christmas quilt. And so what I will do is I will cut this shirt across this way, and the binding will go around the Christmas quilt, and it will look like a candy cane. I could do it on the bias, but I probably will just do it straight up and down. And if I get to a place where I can actually include that logo, I probably will. And it will probably look like it has a stain on it. And I will probably laugh about that every time I see it. To say that I am super pumped about this shirt is the understatement of the year. I am thrilled to the gills that I'm going to be using this for binding. And then probably, you know how I go, click, 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 click. Well, click, click, and then this one. It's a little on the blue side as far as greens go, but it just has that kind of holiday feel. I mean, again, here we are. What are my things? Polka dots. Men's shirts, polka dots. It's a large. It's cotton, of course. We've had that conversation many times. And I just really liked it. It's a little thin. It's a little on the thin side. Like if I held it up, I could see the camera through the thing. But I just felt like I want that. And so I got it. So that's that. And then look at this red shirt. Look at this red shirt. It's very red. And as I'm laying this out, I'm like, it's very red. And then I saw my own sleeve. It's almost identical. So might have a thing for red also. So this is the thrift haul about the things. And clearly red shirts a thing. But if you're making a Christmas quilt and you know that you're going to have a backing on it and you know that this is going to be your binding, how can you possibly pass up? How can you pass up, even if it does have Integro on it? And just as a side note, this is twill, which I love, and I'm looking at this, seeing the Lands' End logo, and the shirt I'm wearing is also Lands' End, I think. So that makes me laugh. Anyway, so huzzah, happy Christmas, very bright red shirt. And then this is the piece de resistance. I don't know if you can see that. This is a shirt covered in Santa Clauses. Oh my stars. This is a shirt covered in Santa Clauses. And he's ringing a golden bell. And it is denim and flower. So it is super soft. It cracks me up to look at this Santa. His face is really, really funny. And so I bought this shirt. It does not have the classic denim and flower awesome, what do you call that? Yoke. It does not have the awesome denim and flower yoke. And it's probably because the shirt itself is awesome. They actually reused that same fabric in the yoke. I don't know if I will use that in the Christmas quilt, but if I don't, I have visions on fussy cutting that Santa Claus and maybe making Christmas mug rugs next year, or maybe a stocking or something, but that is just too priceless not to get. And I'm going to confess, I saw this shirt at a thrift store that I obviously was in, and I was rushing through. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to go get in the line. I'm just going to go in and tell the whole story. It was late at night after work. The line was egregiously long. Egregious. Is that a word? Egregiously long. And I was ready to get home, and I only had this shirt and one other thing that I was like, maybe. And when you have a maybe and not a lot of time and a long line at the register, it's kind of like, I mean, this is fantastic, but do I really want to wait 30 minutes for this shirt? And I decided no. And I put it back and walked out of the store and got in my car and drove home. And I kept thinking about this shirt, and I was like, I mean, I'm already working on my Christmas quilt, and I don't really need it. And what am I going to do with the Santas? And I just kept thinking about it. And so I worked a couple of days later in the day and was like, I'm just going to go by there. I'm just going to go by there and see if it's still there. And it was still there. And actually, that when it was still there was when the flower shirt, that was the second. So I felt like that whole shopping trip was the second chance shopping trip. So I took the universe gave me a full house, and I took it. And now I'm so excited to have this shirt in my stash. I have no idea how I'm going to use it. It will get used, and I will laugh every time I see this shirt. So thank you for coming along with me on this thrift haul, this holiday thrift haul. I hope you were able to do some shopping that you enjoyed, and that you found some great bargains, and that you had a wonderful Christmas. And how much fun will it be to go into the new year with new shirts and new fabrics and new projects. This is the Catbird Quilts. I'm Kathy Martin. Thank you so much for watching.